Making sure you've got the best possible situation where you can kind of gamble and lean. We've seen the heroics of old do it quite well with Cadian's calling, the fact that you're able to kind of gamble and like cheat or rotate over. That's what we're looking for here, especially on the CT side of Inferno. And I think for Twisted Minds, it's just a case of getting off to a strong start here, trying to overwhelm their opposition with momentum, because what both of these teams kind of lack together as a cohesive five is that experience. So you need to get loud, you need to get involved, and let's see what they can try and achieve here on their map pick.
All right, kicking off on Inferno. First time we've seen it here in the ATOX RMR, so very excited. Maybe the only person that's ever been excited about Inferno. a lot of people not a fan of the way this map plays out, but I'm sure these two teams are going to keep it exciting. You see a bit of aggression already from the CTs. Realizes that ISSAA is on his way through there and gets the opening kill.
Look at this, re-aggression though. Vital wanting to fight that in from the balcony, but not happening. Matty keeping his wits about him. So control of the map being gathered by Twisted Minds, and now they want to investigate Banana. A lot of utility here for Davcost and Elian, just trying to hold the door, but JiJieHao, they don't know about this. Twisted Minds have been very quiet about the approach.
Honestly, you get an opening pick on the T side this early, you force out that smoke, you just group as 5 and hit a site. Or you just go for the peaks. Maybe realize you can just kill everybody. All right, maybe that's just the strategy, and it's worked. He's dismantled the entire A side of the map. And that's going to be the pistol round for Twisted Minds. Most certainly, no retake possible.
I really like that from Twisted Minds as well, because it's just very straight up Counter-Strike. It's all about the push and pull effect. You know that JiJieHao are going to go for an aggressive play, which means the other side of the map is going to be a bit more vulnerable. You take the space by being quite quiet, and as a result, Davcost isn't ready for the initial contact. And from there, it just feels like JiJieHao have to re-aggress in the other area of the map. They lack information, they don't know what's going on, and they walk straight into realize.
Yeah, it's almost a rifle-esque approach. Oh, could be the for the ace. No, it's denied. KD69 is going to steal that one away. But hey, you take a 4K in the pistol round, realize getting pumped up after that as Twisted Minds get off to a quick start. But yeah, that felt like a very very rifle round approach to a pistol round, which is really interesting to see.
It's also interesting because when you kind of take a look at the tail of the tape between these two teams, it often comes down to quite convoluted mid-rounds. There's a lot of switching kind of the guard when it comes to which bomb sites you want to execute towards. This was very straightforward, it was direct, and that also means, especially on a map like Inferno, your communications are just relatively easy to kind of understand and manage. Big nades.
Oh, really big. I wonder if they just bought a third one, it would have definitely got them a kill. That's going to slow this round down a little bit. As JiJieHao not going to go stack over towards the A-bomb site. And I like that. You throw out your HEs early, stack up somewhere, and it's going to be the wrong call, unfortunately. But, you know, it's a proactive use, a bit of utility. That's all you can really do in a round like this. Flash in the mid, peek on down, see if you can get any other kills. Two really cool ideas. But Twisted Minds just going to commit to that B-bomb site and find it for free.
Yeah, yet again, you got to praise Twisted Minds. It's just a very simple round. You're grouping up as a unit, you're making sure you've got good trade space in, and JiJieHao, they took a lean, and it unfortunately wasn't the right outcome. But look, this is just pistols, this isn't anything to worry about. You're about to get all the rifles in play, and now we start to get a more clearer picture about kind of how the CT side is going to set up. Is it going to be a proactive approach for taking Banana? Are we going to get Elian on the AWP instantly? Is he going to go for some of these aggressive plays in towards second mid or middle? There's a lot of questions that we need to have some answers provided to us here with this rifle round about to take shape.
It's crazy to me that they didn't send any bodies at these Ts. When you just got pistols?
I think it's just the argument of if
money.
They have MAC-10s,
yeah,
we don't want to give them $600.
That's fair. Well, Twisted Minds were playing for the future. Didn't invest a single SMG, in fact. Great start on the T side, but as you mentioned, now the rifles come out. One MP9 in the mix for Vital. And obviously, we won't see that AWP early.
It actually feels a bit more of a bonus buy for JiJieHao in the case of, when you compare it to Twisted Minds, they've gone for the weaponry and the arsenal over the utility. Utility incredibly important, especially on taking control of the map. 3 players lean over heavy towards Banana to start with. Miss flashbang for Davcost, nerves starting to get the best of him.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, he barely brought a flashbang into this round.
Exactly.
It's one smoke left on Inferno, and it's 1:30.
That just means you have to get proactive here. You just need to group up, and you just need to start taking space together. As long as your trade spacing is fine, then it isn't the end of the world, but instead, JiJieHao, they're going to be a little bit more passive. They're going to think, okay, let's rely a lot more on our crossfires and our setups. Vital's about to layer this flashbang as soon as he sees anything or hears anything from his teammate.
Yeah, but the thing is, they can just execute. Oh, well, now Davkos so low. You can just execute onto the bomb site, and there's nothing that JiJieHao can do about it.
It just feels like a rinse and repeat of the pistol. It really just plays into the idea of what you were saying. It's basically the same round, just layered over with the AKs. Traced from the first, and Vital's just now struggling. Yeah, A defense hasn't moved a muscle. JiJieHao have no information whatsoever, but now B has gone quiet. This lane is actually favorable.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. That one smoke they had was enough to kind of slow them down, and now, yeah, they're going to hit onto A. There is no defensive utility here either. But it's just going to be the straight-up fights. Minds will have all the tools as they execute into the bomb site, but it is a double layer defense in the site itself. ISSAA tries to step up, but Mini is the one finding action with a double, triple in fact, and that might be enough to keep them in this round. Davkos is so incredibly low though, and with that smoke going down towards Moto, it becomes very difficult to get back into this. Kit is on that SMG. That's the edge on forward. Maddie is kind of low HP, so there's a chance he could give up a kill. They're not facing just yet. Realize has a good angle. Flashbang over. This is the setup, the swing, and it's a perfect flash. Not quite the kill though. Realize gets to live, and Davkos, yeah, he just wants to do the same.
Yeah, so a little bit unfortunate there for JiJieHao because they're in the right positions. It just feels like a number of these players, bar Mini, can't finish their meals when it comes to this crossfire. There were so many opportunities to get multi-kills. It would have alleviated the pressure off Mini as well. Sure, everyone dies.
Why did he stay? He didn't need to stay that committed. He wanted to get that final exit kill, and it definitely cost him his life.
No, and also kind of that line of thinking really marries into what we were seeing, especially at the start of the retake. It feels quite individual thinking from a lot of the JiJieHao players. Just feels like they are feeling confident they can win some of these fights. Vital was really spread out from Davkos before he even gets the opportunity to go around the corner with that flashbang.
Mini in the mini pit getting the 3K is kind of crazy when you have the two players inside who should be the more favored, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Hey, we got a Mag 7 there. That's fun. Everyone loves the Mag 7. It's I think it's the shotgun that has the most 50-50 in its success rate. It's either an absolute god tier weapon that's just headshot after headshot, or you just unload completely in their face and just miss the mark.
Let's see. Mini.
Just like that. Oh, okay. There we go.
Okay, he gets one. That's fine. So a little bit more money earned, but ultimately, this round shouldn't get out of control. Immediate trade for Doc. And we're in the 3-on-2. They've got the bomb site. This round is clean for Twisted Minds.
The shotgun almost pays for itself. And when you think about the opportunity cost, you know, Twisted Minds lose a player, so actually it more than pays for itself. Net zero game. Net sum game? Zero sum game? Yeah, that's economics. Economics. Economics.
Maths.
Good lord, it's 6 a.m. here, guys. Not even. I'm gonna try and talk about economics.
Look, let's go down our checklist of what we expected and asked for Twisted Minds, though, on their map pick, right? We said good start, check. Momentum gained, check. And now we look at they're getting loud, they're getting vocal, and JiJieHao are incredibly silent.
Ooh,
but
AWP out.
We do have the AWP out.
Yeah, on both sides though. Expected it for Alien, but for Realize, it's interesting to bring it out on the T side. Not everyone opts to do it. But I think when you know you're going up against a strong AWP like Alien, it's probably good to try and rise to that occasion.
It's interesting, whenever there's been a rifle round, it's Alien that has normally started over on the B side of the map. Sure, we've only had a couple in there. It's a small sample size. Those nades. Much better place this time around. Deos losing half of his HP. Fight for Banana is strictly utility-based at the moment with Twisted Minds. Dumping some of theirs out their pockets. Alien's rotated now all the way over to long, holding for top middle. I'll be more worried about the second letter of the alphabet, as the entire roster of Twisted Minds are creeping their way forward down top Banana.
Realize just going for the opening pick, and he's going to find it. Davkos shoulder revealed, and it's costly, but Vital with 3 quick kills, and they can't trade him. It's the Orbs, it's the next in line. How has he managed to get away with that? There needed to be a trade. That is shocking, but a fantastic spray down. And Alien even catching one through the smoke off that HE. Oh my God, realize. An incredible shot. And he's put this into a winnable clutch. It would need to be the ace. And I don't think he's going to get past Mini. No, not expecting the angle, but a fantastic attempt and some insane shots.
Yeah, what a bailout there from JiJieHao. The fact that Davkos is yet again falling, he's been punished. And I feel like this is a definite game plan here for Twisted Minds. The amount of leniency they've had, but look at this from Vital. The fact they all line up. I feel like Twisted Minds, they get the kill and they immediately want to go. They don't want to kind of wait around. They don't want to kind of expect that rotation over. They want to get ahead of it. But by doing so, they walk straight through the grey screen and straight into their demise. But Davkos has really got to be careful because I think that's 3 rounds, 2 of which has been fatal. 1 in the pistol has been a dink. Twisted Minds are isolating him.
What you can say about Realize coming through as the last minute stand-in is certainly delivering. Getting aggressive in Banana now for JiJieHao. Established control early. They are running double AWP, by the way. They saved both. Of course, can lock down Banana with his. Elian plays the more active role towards short. Might give an opportunity shortly. They're definitely splitting onto A.
Need utility in the apartments here, whether that comes with a nade, whether that comes as a flash, just to delay. There it is, HE. And that gives away audio. Elian can remain rooted, top middle. Finds his first victim, and now he can swap out, and now the rifle can switch in. Deos needs to find something, but no one is peeking.
Yeah, there is support from Pit, so they're happy to just fight forward into short. That's a beautiful lineup from ISSAA. Deos activates, there's Mini, as mentioned, ready. And Maddie, no chance there. Mini again with Pit on lockdown.
It's interesting because, look, you immediately lost your player in towards top middle. Twisted Minds then retake the space on pure contact and then think they've got the luxury of just pulling out nades when they've not cleared the angle. ISSAA will take that all day long, and that's as free as it could get. They were completely trapped in towards that short position. Sure, there was a player in mini pit, but there was a real option for there to be a pincer maneuver through the apartments. It just hasn't worked out. Not really on the same page there for Twisted Minds. JiJieHao get consecutive in a row. No bomb plants means no money.
And now they can start to get some confidence. Assert control is up, taking the space and even getting the kill, just spamming through the smoke. Doc's out of here. Now, Brandon, you were talking about kind of the T-side strengths, even on Inferno. What's the number that you think Twisted Minds need to work for? Because they're already off to a pretty good start.
I think it was a 6 or 7 last time these two teams matched up, so I'd be looking 6 at a bare minimum. Certainly not happening in this one. Mini
looks so mechanical. You got to praise him. Anytime that he's in a position where he needs to get a multi-frag with the rifle, his spray control is always on point.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, that's kind of what you need. We had it highlighted by the desk before we jumped into the game. Proactive riflers, Dust was saying, when it came to Mini, when it came to ISSAA. You can see that Mini is more than happy just to fight and engage, even though he's playing these anchor positions on that A site. It'd be interesting to see kind of how he matches that over on the T side, whether he'll be taking a lot of the aggression alongside ISSAA. This time, Elian will start in top mid. First time we've really seen JiJieHao go for a play early towards the A side of the map.
This time, ISSAA gets the taste of the early damage. Deos wants to get active. He's got a Mach 10, and utility is incredibly light for Twisted Minds this round. So money's not quite built up. Davkos could definitely get punished. Never mind. Nice flick. Deos just tries to bait out the shot, and, well, he does that successfully, but unfortunately comes at the cost of his life.
And now Twisted Minds are resetting. They think, okay, well, we know an AWP's on B. Well, guess what? That was Davkos and not Elian. There's a second one here in reserve. ISSAA still low, tucked in on the balcony. Got a decent crossfire here with Mini.
Elian can be isolated though. You can smoke off Long and Moto, and suddenly he's less effective. Just to deal with these two riflers, but Mini has been an absolute beast. He's decided to get warmed up too. And Molotov, oh, realize. Got to make a decision, and, well, he takes a lot of damage. And now ISSAA tries to go for a transfer there, but no one in the smoke. It's got to be Mini again with one. They found their way through. No smoke for long, though, so Elian can just hold this line. He knows that they have to be falling back towards short and apartments.
Everyone's retaken as well from one position. We've mentioned double orb. This is really difficult on the retake. Everyone in from library. And there's no smokes to the cross. It's just 2 flashes.
Yeah, Vital's got to do a lot of the heavy lifting here. And he knows that trying to get active, the T's are fighting forward into him, and that's given Davkos the opportunity. KD69 tucked on in, needs 3 kills, and they're just running him down, but he lines them up. One last fight onto Vital, and what a hold from KD69.
It really feels like he should not have been able to win that out. Twisted Minds, they played it perfectly until it came to that afterplant. The decision, as soon as they get mollied off in the apartments, to still commit off the back of it. The flashbang over the balcony, the short players splitting in. Getting the kill on towards ISSAA. Mini couldn't do a thing. And then suddenly in this afterplant, you're still fighting forward. You're wanting to take these shots. You're wanting to rush the issue every single chance you get, and yet somehow it works out. KDs, they line up, which is a bit fortunate, but then taking the time, utilizing it well. Twisted Minds get their 5th and realize, as a reward, doesn't burn by this incendiary, looks over the top of the barrels, and will find Elian.
Yeah, double off in the retake, so difficult. At lineup, set him up for success. Oh my god, he's shooting his toes out. Davkos scrambles away. Unconfirmed damage, of course, but it has resulted in a rotation. Going for a bit of a gamble over towards B. Even Mini has left his pit position out towards long. Just gonna be tucking in case there's a late lurk.
Speaking of, Matty, in towards that bedroom, trying to bide his time. You see the KDs has come over just in case there's a player that wants to fight in towards top middle. Start to flank, try to catch them out. Matty's now on a recon mission, gathering even more data for his team. 40 seconds left, they can retreat out of Banana, they can reset. And that's exactly what they're doing. Mini, the only line of defense.
Yeah, and at this point, he's barely going to be defending. It's only if they come through archers, which with that smoke, no, they're not coming his way. Might get an opportunity here, but they've heard that HE be thrown. All eyes training on him. You can count this as a 6. There's just no retake potential.
You can't go for it either. You just got to save. And this is now feeling like a very Inferno-esque round. You kill the players on one side of the map, the other half saves. Simply no money to go for it. And an interesting conversation point here, which we can now touch upon, is just the kind of AWP hierarchy of Twisted Minds. Because on certain maps, it feels like certain players are just picking it up. I know Realize is that stand-in. Maybe he feels a little bit more comfortable on it, on Inferno. But normally, Matty, he is an AWPer by trade, especially with his time in Ungentium. We'll pick that up more often than not. Sometimes Deos has a little bit of a look with it on Anubis. Versatile players for Twisted Minds, and that kind of is a very similar sentiment shared with Mag, who it felt like everyone on that team was AWPing, bar their AWPer Tugu.
Yeah, that was quite interesting to see. But there's your 6. No signs of stopping anytime soon. Twisted Minds feel fully in control. And realize with that AWP has kind of been the orchestrating element in a lot of these rounds, finding opening picks consistently.
I feel like if you're JiJieHao, though, you need to go for these mid-round plays. It was working well when they had the controlled aggression, when Elian felt comfortable to hold the angle from short and towards top middle, then they swapped out with the rifler, and ISSAA could trade. There needs to be more of that, because right now it just feels like an incredibly passive CT side that completely lacks a lot of intel.
Establish banana control at the very least. And Elian again. Very strong position with the AWP. But not uncommon. And he is going to be tested. Swing from Matty. Can't quite find the shot. Is the peaks out, so there is some support if they do decide to swarm. It's also information. Not a commitment yet. There is a rotation over to A.
But now this is the moment of the round I'm talking about. It's okay, well, we need information somewhere if you're that CT side. Currently, they are being smoked off. That's why the nade's blown open for ISSAA. Doesn't spot anything. And that means you can now cheat a rotate over towards B. And that's exactly where Twisted Minds are heading. This is really good from JiJieHao.
Yeah, great information gathering. This has got another HE if he wants to do it again. Bruce comes up, although it's less effective these days with the smoke that's often thrown.
There's no smokes as well for this CT side whatsoever. So they can't hold them at the door. They got to fight.
It also means retakes are really difficult. Davkos knows he's going to commit into the site. Flashbang just braces him and he can't quite find the kill. There is space here for Vital to work with. Never mind. At least Elian gets one back. I can't believe Doctor's commencing with the PG-50 in hand. But it's enough. And yeah, well, now Dayal's finding Elian through that smoke means it's definitely another save.
It's too easy. It feels really too easy at this point for Twisted Minds. They don't have to do too much whatsoever to get the utility out of JiJieHao. It just feels like they're dumping it at the earliest possible convenience. Sure, you go for that nade play, but once you clear that no one is top middle, you need to be more investigative. Send those two players up towards the apartments, try and clear out that space, and then you guarantee that it will be a B hit. Furthermore, you've then got quick access to go for that flank, and that means you can get that third player over to that bomb site. It could have been more reinforced. Sure, there's a timing window there, but it's the fact that we're even lacking kind of the intuition to go for it. It just feels like JiJieHao are feeling the pressure.
You can definitely see it. We're not seeing any of the kind of on-meta plays on the CT side, the phase smoke down towards sort of the middle of mid and then pushing down, getting control. Second mid fighting it all. See if that changes or if they're just going to continue to play this very standard, safe holds. Lack of information is really hurting them. Not to mention the lack of utility.
Yeah, and the lack of rounds. We asked for 6 for Twisted Minds and we've got 7 already and there's room still to build. Daos taking the fight. Spawn-based, and Elian has been getting ousted in a number of these opening engagements. That's at least the second or the third time that comes to my head where he's lost the opening duel with the AWP.
Yeah, it's not quite the Elian we saw yesterday on Nuku. Was an absolute menace against TYLOO, even though they couldn't quite close the game. Now A's feeling uncomfortable. You can see Mini was caught between mines, and ISSAA needs to be there to support him. The Maddie's already holding the rotating angle, although Spray does a lot of damage. Eventually is dealt with, a Mini again needs to step up, gets a double. It almost feels like he needed a triple because now it's a 2-on-3. Chicken is not the enemy. That's the only target that Davkos has really put in his sights.
But at some point, though, look, you've got to go for one of these retakes. I know it's difficult yet again. It's the same familiar tones. It's the same narratives we're bringing to the table. Utility completely done, nullified. There's nothing there to go for it. You're still utilizing an AWP in the retake. It makes it feel incredibly difficult. And you're right, Mini was caught in 2 mines. Unfortunately for him, all of them were twisted. Completely collapsed upon him on that A bomb site. And they just didn't have a chance. Even again, look, you look at the X's on the minimap by that bomb site. And they're all taken in isolation. Just because of the positions that they're starting in.
8 on the T side, and honestly, looks like they're going to get 9. Rifle to be dropped over for ISSAA. These are all opening picks, and often enough that Anna, this time it's Daos, has been realized consistently as well. Mini's trying his darndest out here. Only one going positive currently for JiJieHao. Got the auto shotgun on him now as well. Honestly, I would just swap him with the rifle.
Speaking of rifles, with 3 of them in Banana, you expect them to get aggressive. You expect them to kind of take the space. Currently not happening. Instead, it's going to be a brawl in the apartment. Shotgun up close. Trying to get the kills. This feels very nice, but look at Matty waiting for it on a slight off angle on the balcony. Sure, Elian trades, but now A is really compromised.
Yeah, Elian needs to do something big here. Steps into that space, and the rotations are coming over to support. They got information in Banana, had a bit of a peek down. It's allowed some players to come back. Matty on low HP, just doing a bit of information gathering. Knows where the AWP is now.
feels just so disciplined now for Twisted Minds. It just feels like they're running sort of the same default every single time. Pick a destination, we'll take that map control. We'll then lean over, we'll get the primary zone of top middle, top banana.
Is that one Molotov caused them to rotate?
Yeah,
heavily?
well, they haven't really got, to be honest, any information, and they've got a lack of utility yet again. ISSAA gets caught off guard by Matty. He just walks the smoke. That's the bomb, just escorted over for free.
Yeah, I mean, when you got low HP like Matty, you got to go for plays like that, and yeah, it just rewards him. So now you've got another retake. Elian's got the AWP, which at the moment is just locking down mid, which is useful, to be fair, because Realize was in Banana and they know that he was there, so he has to come back and join the pack at some stage. Another smoke in towards Moto. Now they have to go past Realize. He's locking it down with the AWP. Elian with the trade at the very least. Time, an issue. HE4, there is a kit on Vital, but he's the only one alive. Comes down to the 1v1, and he is able to find Doc. So 4 will be obtained for JiJieHao.
Yeah, very necessary for JiJieHao. Good retake. It feels like they are leaving it down to the wire, but ultimately they do understand what they need to do. Over at short, good trade spacing. When the nade misses the pit with Matty in there and he gets the kill, I think, oh, he's done enough. He's gone down. It's a little bit like a martyrdom, but no, the nade completely misguided. Doesn't matter. Failed out of the situation. JiJieHao scavenged 4 rounds together, and they have to hope and pray that it's enough, and they have to rely on their T side being as potent as Twisted Minds.
Yeah, certainly the key thing here. Twisted Minds, they're very happy with 8. And honestly, with this veto, with Overpass as the decider, I do feel like Twisted Minds kind of have to 2-0 it. Unless they got some surprises in store for us on Overpass.
Field distribution is pretty even as well for Twisted Minds. It was realized they got a 4K kind of in that pistol round, but otherwise everyone else has kind of been stepping up to the table. Similar story for JiJieHao, just kind of on a lesser scale. Mini is by and large leading the pack. Have to hope and pray that he can continue and be consistent throughout this map and this series. Deos getting a lot of intel right now. Everyone is charging me in top middle, and the 3-player setup actually doesn't find a kill at the moment. Matty finally gets one, but it's all Vital and Mini in the feed.
Yeah, the perfect setup to counter that push through top mid. You have 3 players at different angles, all ready to fight the charging Glocks, but a horde of Glocks is often enough to overwhelm, and indeed, that will be the pistol round going the way of JiJieHao.
Yeah, well played. It's just pack mentality, route 1 Counter-Strike, bomb it up through top middle. Fast up with the Glocks, and immediately you just can't find a single kill. It feels like this setup is destined for success, and reality is it's completely doomed. ISSAA just picking up the last 2 at the end, swinging with confidence. Exactly the kind of statement round that JiJieHao needed to kickstart this second half.
USPs and the Zeus's. Got some Zeus in play. Matty in the apartments, and one over towards Banana. Ooh. Oh.
NT.
Swing and a miss.
see the smile just coming across his face. Like, yeah, we gave it a go.
You know what? That's the thing about the Zeus that I think is underrated. It's not just the fact that you can get a kill with it. For 200 bucks, you can get a kill. Like, that's a pretty decent trade. Even though you don't get a kill reward, it's, you know, nice to remove weapons, but hold up. They've actually done a little bit more than removing weapons. Bomb has to be recovered.
Should be fine. With Davcost on this flank and with ISSAA actually stepping in the molly, it gives a pretty big audio cue over. There is that backstab. And now Matty is in an uncomfy position for this T side, but they are considering it. Davcost will go down, ISSAA will trade. And I tell you what, for USPs and a $400 investment as Zeus is, that's a really expensive round.
Yeah, it really is. Here I was about to praise the emotional value of the Zeus, the spiritual value it adds to the team. You know, it really lifts the vibes, even if you miss with the Zeus. So I think it's always just a good thing from a psychological point of view to use the Zeus.
Yeah, the amount of damage and kills that Twisted Mind were able to get, even without a Zeus kill, is quite frankly shocking.
Matty with the ult on the CT side. You're talking about kind of the way that they divvy it up, and looks like T side, CT side, definitely a different dynamic. It's
interesting as well that he doesn't hang around instantly. It's It is very meta just to kind of go for a peek, instantly rotate. You're trying to keep your AWP dynamic because essentially, if you can just get it in the best possible positions to at least gain you info at the very least, if you can just lock down one of these angles on Inferno that are quite short range, but you can utilize your range to your advantage when it comes to the library peaks, when it comes to the site divvying up, then you're ultimately giving your team the best possible advantage. Matty now over on short, top mid taken by JiJieHao, and Matty's walking in, but this is being held by Vital.
Shot the advantage. Oh, okay, yeah, Vital starts to pre-fire a bit early, so they trade blows. Which the Vital comes out worse for wear.
But you have just seen the AWP here, and you know the AWP started on B because he took a shot. So that's why they're rotating over. They know that there's definitely probably 2 here on B.
Smoke lands in their faces. They're like they have to commit through it. Although with the position of the CTs, they're playing retake. There's a chance they can get into this site relatively unscathed. Nice incendiary, and a booster's going to come through. We'll see which smoke that the T's deploy.
I like this. You've got to get aggressive here because look, at the end of the day, time's running out. 15 seconds, you're setting up KDs for success. The bomb about to potentially come over the top. 10 seconds to punch in the digits, and it's been dropped. KDs has done everything. Realize being a nuisance from the Coffin's position. There's no time to plant. This round's done.
That's beautiful. That boost is fantastic. It does enough to disrupt. When he at least gets caught onto the AK. They also caught out the lurk over towards top mid, so everything went right for Twisted Minds.
It's really good awareness just to know, look, there's 20 seconds left. We are playing a little bit retake, but we've got the boost up. I can flash in and here realize by him swinging, even committing through this smoke, it looks like he's completely alone. And it really sells the dream that KD's is not on this boost and the bomb can't even go down. And look what it's left JiJieHao with. They're feeling so restricted. A couple of AKs just surrounded by the support network of pistols. And now Twisted Minds, look, they're getting aggressive somewhere else on the map. A double layering set up with the AWP in the apartments. Showing a lot of different faces here on the defense.
Keeping those 2 rifles alive has forced them into the force.
The space being taken by the MP9. KD's might even just walk through this, and he does. He catches them, spots the bomb.
Dart. Oh, can't quite finish either kill off, and Maddie wants to take a swing. Can't find the shot, flame shot forward, and they have to be forced back. A great damage done. Dock removed. The MP9's become a lot more deadly. And everyone's rotating over towards A. They're gambling.
It's interesting as well because look, JiJieHao know that there was a player in KD's that had pushed. So now you've got to clear every single one of these angles. You've got to expend even more utility. And now they might come into this. They might just walk the bomb straight into the open arms of the CT side.
Is they ready to peek onto the angle with this AWP? If he decides to go around that corner. He has to smoke as well.
But this is nice. Where they're taking this pause, they're not committing in, they're just kind of setting up. But keep your eye on Vital. He's about to announce, hey, I see no one B. Please bring the bomb over. Realize swings, it comes at a dab cost, but it doesn't matter. Because look, the bomb has already made its way through.
Yeah, rotation won't get there in time. They haven't fully cleared the site, so there's a little bit of concern, but I think they're reading that no one's around. Oh, this is going to be really weird. 2 Ts are behind the CTs. But now they know, okay, are you going to expect Alien?
No.
Oh.
I guess it doesn't matter. However, this crossfire still being looking to be established. ISSAA with 2 quick headshots. Now it's a 2-on-2.
Has to be ISSAA's round. He's already stepped up with 2. Vital so low, and it's going to provide a bit of a distraction. Good damage done. A jump over the top. And Maddie, for all these amazing hits earlier, would need something special. HE misses, and he's out of there.
How does that HE do 1 damage? That's unfortunate for Matty, but fair play to JiJieHao because they waited again until the last possible moment to go for that execute. They got all the information possible. Vital just finds a free B bomb site, but there the task is still not done. You feel like Elian is going to get a kill. You feel like Mini should pounce from that balcony position and just doesn't find anything. It relies on the experience of ISSAA, and he steps up right when JiJieHao need it most.
Got very scary when they lose both of those mid players. Maddie with an insane shot onto Elian. Like he shouldn't have been able to find that one so quickly. And you feel like the retake's on 4-on-2. Once for the Tech-9 and so low. But ISSAA, you see that experience on display.
And that was a round that they really didn't want to invest into. That was the 2 rifles, that was the Tech-9s that Twisted Minds really subjected them to, and it's come back to bite them. And now it puts the money in a really troublesome position for this CT side. Matty's got the AWP. Everyone else just operating with pistols, few and far between. This looks like this game is about to close up just to be within 1 round.
And that's where I think you really see the depth of these teams, right? And that's where I feel that JiJieHao could start to show a bit more of the resilience, a bit more in their toolbox. The Twisted Minds might be lacking.
You gotta know the money's not in the great spot, so as long as you're trading, that's the most important thing. ISSAA draws first blood as he closed the previous. Deos now left on his own, he'll be screaming for these rotates, but all he's finding instead are just bullets from the JiJieHao members. That's the bomb site taken over. Matty will save the AWP, and JiJieHao will gain an 8.
Suddenly we're just between 1. T-side's really the name of the game with these 2 squads. The AWP will be held over. Shouldn't be too much of a hunt taking place here. Fun little stack with the USVs. In case anyone does decide to go on a little crawl-up banana.
I like that they're just containing right now, JiJieHao. They're not actually committing to going for a hunt complete outright. Main priority is their own economy. Keeping 5 alive in a round like this is incredibly vital. Although now an AWP's been revealed, that might accelerate some of these pieces to try and get a bit more active. Flashbang forward, you can maybe commit ISSAA in instead it's Mini. That goes into Matty's den, 11 HP. He's lucky to be alive.
Very lucky. Keep something into this round. Wouldn't have been able to buy an AWP otherwise. We'll see how important that's been for this squad on the opening kills, at least on their T side. I think for Twisted Minds, I'd like to see some of that aggression we didn't see from JiJieHao. This is a team that I think has inherently got a lot of really strong, aggressive players. So I feel like if we start to maybe go for some extensions, fight out towards apartments, Matty taking the peek down mid. Gonna overextend though. Alien's holding that line.
I don't think we're going to get too much aggression because we've now got double AWPs. Realizes wielding the second one. Over towards Banana, gets a nade for his trouble, but on the AWP doesn't mind too much. However, might mind that one.
Oh, he ate both of those.
He just stood there and took it. Was really hoping that there'd be someone that peeked around that corner. Instead, he's met with the shrapnel not once but twice.
$600 and he's in the grave. Davkos is looking for this AWP. I think he just wants to get rid of it, surely.
Yeah.
Surely he just wants to get rid of it. Yeah. Can't quite throw it out. Like, you know, used to be that little kind of fence there you could just throw things over. There we go. They found another one.
That's really nice. Davkos being the caretaker, also showing his experience. A lot of money just down the drain. However, you've now revealed another one. There's actually 2 AWPs in play. Let's go A.
That's the call. Chaos and Duck. Double D's in defense. HE goes forward, doesn't do a lot of damage, and now Deos reveals his position, throwing that utility. He should know he's up on the balcony here, but he's still going to find that first kill. It even extends for a second. Mini not quite ready, but ISSAA on the long flank finds one, but Matty's rotated, and Doc holds it down. Elian would need to come up clutch. And he can't quite do it. Doc on the wide swing finds the kill, and Twisted Minds lock it down.
Yeah, breakdown the communication there for JiJieHao, because it really felt like they were completely aware of the balcony player until they took the swing and didn't clear him. We're 2 tunnel visioned on this bomb site. Is it coming round? At long looked to be an outlet for JiJieHao to try and potentially overwhelm this bomb site, but Matty rotated in at the perfect moment. They get that second AWP anyway. They scavenge that off Elian's body. It's all of Davkos' hard work. It's all in vain.
Try and stump their util, and they fall back to the passive hold, and Matty, he wasn't passive. Tried to peek aggressively, but Mini was so ready for that swing.
Yeah, a good amount of information there as well, because you see the way the molly lands, you know that was from Boiler. So, you know, guarantee one player over at short, and Deos is not hanging around whatsoever. Despite the opening kill being found on A, you feel like that's where they reinforce. Instead, they reset, realize over the top. It's a good flick, but it's not quite the kill.
Yeah, a lot of leg shots coming through. In the name of the game, it feels, for Twisted Minds with these AWPs. Now you've got 3 players in a very active position. They want to fight. They don't want to even let them into the site. Deos on anti-flash. AWP to take first contact, and then the swing can come and miss the shot. Just needs to be careful. You see Elian is close to the clear. ATs continue to do so much damage, but that smoke has come through at a perfect time.
They're going to keep going, though. They're just going to nade it open. Vites will find in the opener, but there's another rifler on site. KDs, is that enough with a double? They know the AWP's here. Stuck behind the smoke, obscured the vision, the incendiary goes in, but Mini gets away with his life. Bomb can be committed, it's a 3-on-2.
Begging for a shot through the smoke there. There's one for Realize. Puts into the 2-on-2, and ISSAA is so low. Has the AWP in Banana. No way to smoke him off, though. They have to fight past his angle. And he's seen the gun barrel of Dot. Being patient, and they almost line up, but Mini was there anyway for the swing.
Yeah, well played there in that off plant as well. ISSAA taking the contact. Mini swinging out immediately because he knows ISSAA is low, so he can guarantee the trade at the bare minimum. Interesting round from JiJieHao. It feels like they were completely convinced on that B play. It does work out in the end. But there was a window in which Mini could go for a lurk. They could gather information, something that they were more than happy to do at the start of this second half. Instead, they just shove it all in to that B bomb site, and it works perfectly.
Now, good chance to tie things up. Oh. Not quite the flashbang Elian was hoping for, but it's all good. He's just got the pistols here. Maddie with the M4 is the one that needs to get active. Have to just find a kill so then he can start to be mobile, move about. Do as much damage as possible with this hero rifle.
He knows that angle all too well on the balcony. Played it in that first half. Now the utility can start to come forward. You can molly off short. You can throw nades on towards CT. Realize has taken about 250 damage in U2 over the last 3 rounds. He is not having a good time.
Yeah, it's insane the amount of utility damage. Oh, nice shot from Doc though. An AK that could potentially be picked up too. There are armor on some players, but too late anyway. JiJieHao are about to walk in towards B. There's a rotation over. ISSAA on a good clear. Realize tries to get tricky with it, but ISSAA is ready for him. This will be double digits, and we will be 10 apiece.
Yeah, that kill that Doc finds really just accelerates the play in towards B, and JiJieHao can afford to do it because they've already got good space towards the top by the car. ISSAA really coming alive right here at the tail end for JiJieHao.
I mean, ISSAA and Mini, they've got over 40 kills between them. Rest of the team's got what, 20?
Yeah. Yeah, that is a very top-heavy scoreline. But more importantly, look, it's getting the job done. Multi-kill after multi-kill for 2 of these really impactful riflers, and Twisted Minds are really struggling. Think also the amount of variation that Twisted Minds have thrown in their setups. We've had the aggressive apartments from Matty Ray pushes down solo. We've had the double layering in the balcony as well with the AWP and the rifler. We've had the AWP start over at B, double up in the AWPs as well. Like, there's so many things Twisted Minds have tried, and it just hasn't paid off. And now you've got to be scratching your head thinking, well, what can we do to overcome this?
No AWP either. That's been something they've been relying on a lot.
I don't mind it, though.
There's 2 AWPs on the T side, though.
Okay, I kind of mind that.
It's all right. The AKs are in the hands of the guys you want to have the AKs. This is crazy. 2 T side AWPs and no CT AWPs.
The reason why the rifles and no AWPs on CT side might be beneficial for Twisted Minds is because it means they can get proactive a lot easier. It means they can be a lot more flexible in these mid rounds. Boost up on short. That's, again, another different variation. A flash in towards the apartments. No early signs of pressure until this boiler flash comes in, Mini claims the real estate.
I've not seen anyone up on porch here. Information from that tick. Smoke over. Doesn't quite land on the lip. That's gonna be another strong HE. Oh no, actually it bounced a bit up. Just treating the util. Of course, searching for anything. Kind of feel like you need to find something with these orbs. You've invested so much into them. That's a nice molly, but there's the boost coming into play. Elian finds his kill into Matty, though. That was on the lower player who got flushed out.
This is nice. The fact that you've immediately just reset as well, you still got this double up in towards the short position, but you're not committing a player over on the balcony because you know, look, yet again, 30 seconds left. JiJieHao, they have to commit around the corner.
Dox playing very active, and look at that spray. So much damage. It gives Deos a fairly easy time, but Elian's orb finds its mark. And Davkos went all the way through long, found nobody. Now he has time to scamper into pit for the post plant. It's 2 orbs on the T side to lock down this site. A difficult retake, not impossible. Elian has to play an active line. If he gets cleared here, no. Great shot and a 3-piece for him. Realize, not ready for Davkos with his op, and that's 11 for JiJieHao. They take the lead.
Yeah, there was an opportunity there for Davkos to actually just swap to a rifle. Instead, just relies on the sniper. And I like the way they play that as well, because they let Elian be the playmaker in all of these fights. They set Elian up for success, because he's the one that trades twice, and then he's the one that gets active to start off this play. Makes it a 2 versus 1, and then Davkos can swing, because the only information that Realize has is that Elian's out towards short. 11-10, money, sparse again for Twisted Minds. Lost bonus, sure, is being accumulated, but the rounds are also totting up for JiJieHao. They are 2 steps away from completely turning this map on its head.
Oh, 5-7s though. Could do some work, but Davkos clears up 2. Still the rifles in play. They're just going to rotate on over. JiJieHao 3 kills away from map point on their opponent's pick. After they're up 8-3 at one stage. It was an 8-4 half. Just reminds that is. JiJieHao have managed to claw their way back into this game.
Look at this. They've got the read on it. Everyone rotating over to A. Smoke on long. Deos ahead of it. Finds the first. In fact, it's just a spray down between him and Doc, and now Matty. You're never expecting him behind default. Has to be cleared and isn't. Elian a sitting duck, and Matty gets both.
An insane round from Matty, and a fantastic call from Twisted Minds to bring those players over.
I drop you.
Okay, well, he's not going to be using it. Picks it up though, off the corpse of Elian, and yeah, what a round. They stacked everyone over to, well, 2 players over towards B early, and they're quick on that fast rotation, getting ahead of it. You are spot on with Matty's position.
They've been looking for that kind of over-rotate all game as well. There's been a number of instances in which they've committed members heavy over to one bomb site, and the one round it works is the one round it's needed the most. The Eagles mixed in with rifles. It felt like Twisted Minds were on their knees almost.
You know, look at JiJieHao.
It's not ideal.
Yeah, they are going to force into it.
All their hard work could be undone just by the Deagles, just by that one singular call to rotate everyone to A. And here's where you got to dig deep. Here's where the experience of ISSAA, Elian, Davkos is going to be worth its weight in gold. Because now you've got to come up with solutions. On the fly, right here, right now, when it matters most.
These are the moments that make major dreams and nightmares. Now to control established. 4 Twisted Minds early. Deos drops smoke and he's out of there. They're going to rotate the bodies over to A.
This is a really good decision here for JiJieHao, because one thing they've always took solace in on this T side has been able to get the apartments control. They can reset into retaking banana. If they're able to push this AWP back, that's going to cheat a rotate over, and then they can utilize the space they've got on A. But it all depends on how they operate and trying to get realized off this angle. He swings, and he flashes. He can't pull the trigger. He has to retreat. And in fact, he's going to stand his ground. Nade goes in, and the shot goes out. ISSAA's down.
Now you know that AWP's in play over on the B bomb site. That's one of your big playmakers removed. Rifle that can be recovered at least for Davkos. Mini's flirting with Deos.
25 seconds. You've got to go. You've got to get past this AWP, and he's just thrown a smoke in your face. You got to disrespect it. You got to get past this utility. Mini dying. He's always been that lurk, and Deos knows it. He's sprinting over.
They're saving.
Wow.
They've called it off, and Vital can't even recover a rifle. That's the worst part of it. That is not the way you want to concede map point.
You got to give a lot of credit there to realize, because he stands forward, he flashes himself in on the angle. Sure, it's a little bit of a risky play, but by doing that, he actually saves his smoke. He can hold on to the utility, and by falling back passive, he doesn't hear anything out of JiJieHao. Normally, they've been taking it with utility. They've been nading over towards the top of banana, nading in towards CT, nothing. He can hold that smoke the entire round.
It's such a team effort from Twisted Minds. 3 players on 14, 2 on 12. Across the board, everyone is contributing. JiJieHao relying on a couple of stars. Triple B to get aggressive. Why not? You've been given this control time and time again. Realize he's got all the confidence in the world to lock down banana.
It's going to be an apps pop. Davkos got the flashes. They're going to get close. They're just surely going to go out the balcony here. This round lives and dies on a breach of the balcony.
Honestly, it's a great call, though. You got 2 players over towards long side. Flashes are ready. Maddie's the only one that's actively here. In towards short, and ISSAA able to trade him. No smoke out towards long yet, and oh no, it's a team kill. To the back of the dome, Mini takes down ISSAA. Smoke does land now, and they can cross the side to plant.
Just call out Davkos. He's gone back in towards second mid, so now he's cutting off that rotation. Elian stationed in pit. Yet again, trying to set him up. Look, they're flashing the balcony. They're going into boiler. They even nade the smoke just to clear it. But Davkos is lurking in the shadows.
You can see how aware they are. Elian, he has to do a lot here. There's the first kill, and the flames don't quite flush him out. He's got space to work with. Oh, Davkos thought he had the timing. The footsteps baited him out. And Elian and Mini have to keep JiJieHao's hopes alive. From the pit, he strikes again, but he's all alone. And they're swinging, but he's shooting. And Realize taps the bomb, but time is ticking away. Elian misses the shot, but he might have done enough. Realize can't find him, and we're going to overtime.
What a play by Elian. Target selection on point as well. JiJieHao stay alive here, and they force overtime. Twisted Minds think they've done enough. They force JiJieHao to save twice. They force them to go for a more dynamic play out the balcony. Davkos noted, Elian known, but he was inevitable. And JiJieHao stay alive for one more try. Overtime secured. We go the distance. It might be a CS2 Major, but we're rolling it back to CSGO here in our first elimination game. 16 needed on Inferno. Elian's target selection on point, knowing he can play with this time.
That's what we needed. Elian, who's had a quiet game, does not go gently out of this RMR. Maddie getting aggressive. Mini's not going to be ready for this, and Realize, well, he finds Elian.
If one thing is clear, it's keeping Elian alive until the mid-late portions of these rounds, because opening duels, he's not been favorable in whatsoever. That's another one. You think about the impact he provides. You think about just the destination in which JiJieHao have gone through to get here in the first place. It's relied a lot on the open of Elian.
Realizes Orb doesn't quite hit the mark the first time. He wants more. The confidence on him right now. Oh, Vital though. He's actually managed to break his way through. You would have thought the USP swing would have been enough. And now you got 2 AWPs defending this B bomb site from this retake. Davkos thinking about getting ahead of the smoke, but he hears the shots. Flames go forward and Vital, the timing shot is perfection. And now he can post up. They know that Banana is the next point of contest and both AWPs chime in. Vital with 4 on the B bomb site.
How does that happen? How again do you go into another situation where you got 2 AWPs defending the most claustrophobic bomb site in our map pool, and they do it like it's nothing? They get 3 kills without any form of resistance. Twisted Mind drop the ball. That was with 2 opening kills. That was a 5-on-3 that they completely let fall out of their favor. The only space of information and the only piece of map control JiJieHao had was in towards Banana. They had to commit in, and Twisted Minds knew, and they still fumbled.
What a round from Vital. Those opening kills onto B, fantastic. Realize won't be happy with how that one panned out. What an early damage into this round as well. I'd love to see the utility damage that's been done so far in this map.
Nice shot though. KD finds the opener, but we know that doesn't really guarantee things. Twisted Minds had an incredibly favorable 4-on-5 stat as we came into this RMR. They need to rely on it once more.
Apps pop again. This time 2 players are here to defend. One's the AWP though. Flames go forward and it push Vital in, but not the way that Maddie hoped. But Deos using the smoke as a shield, able to isolate the fights. And he locks out B. Ellie and Mini, it is overtime, so may as well give it a go. Hoping that maybe there's an extension.
It's so tough. You again, only have apartments. Elian's now resetting, just trying to clear Banana, but look at the time on the clock, 20 seconds. Only 1 smoke, there's no flashbangs. Elian is just really hoping that someone peeks him, or that he draws enough attention to get Mini involved. But Twisted Minds know they can just sit, they can wait, and when the time comes, they can swing together. This one is over. 13-13. JiJieHao let the clock burn again.
Yeah, I may as well save the AWP, I guess. It doesn't hurt. It's a shame. There was definitely an opportunity, like, it actually worked, but Mini gets a little bit too eager on the kill. We trade rounds. This first half. Remembering it has been the T sides that have been the strongest. Just 4 CT rounds between each of these teams. And here we go. You know what? That's not as high as I thought it would be.
475 on Davkos, though.
Yeah, that's quite a bit. I've seen bigger.
It's always been coming in towards that top Banana side, realize. You see how much further back he's playing now, anticipating this utility. We go back into this double setup in the apartment, whilst Deos applies the squeeze on Banana, trying to force them into this AWP rifle setup towards A.
Realize, trying another angle. Ooh, ISSAA teases him. More HE damage. And that smoke not going to be respected at all. They're already so close to getting ahead of it. Realize they're sitting on the other side of the flames. Ooh, has some good space, but there's so many bodies there, and the boost up is perfect. ISSAA removes him, and they're just going to extend. Deos, the only defender, and ISSAA ready. A double kill. And Davkos, he just keeps on going. All the way through into CT spawn. Doesn't even want to let them set up for this retake. He's let them walk past, and he strikes. Looking for the second, can't quite find it. It's still 2-on-4 as the bomb gets planted.
Yeah, that was really nice from ISSAA. The fact that the molly is timed well with the boost, it just makes it really difficult for Realize to kind of get an avenue in. You've got to go for this if you're Twisted Minds. KD's getting spammed already. Matty's here as well, just jumping, trying to see if he can find any angle, any glimpse of a player to try and put it back in their favor. Flashbang over the top of Coffins, trying to set up KD's, but there is just too many players and there is not enough time. JiJieHao surely have done it. Surely securing that 14th, and they will manage it. So 2 collected out of the 3 possible. It's not a bad haul.
Yeah, that felt necessary. I'll be feeling pretty confident going into the CT side now. ISSAA again with a highly impactful round. You've got to praise him. He was a big part of their success in their journey here. I think he was actually the highest rated player for the team during the closed qualifier, with Elian not far behind. Continuing that performance here. It's an elimination game.
He's provided so much impact. And now, this is something we've not seen, but the audio gives Matty an inkling. And he's able just to hold. And now ISSAA oversteps.
I like the idea though, especially in the first round of OT when you've got some room to work with. Why not go for a play like that?
It's also a play that has not been made the entire first half by JiJieHao in regulation. So it's a good switch up, it's a good variance, but unfortunately the audio kind of gave up the ghost. What's the play now? What's the school of thought here for this CT side? It's just Elian alone, left isolated, a taste of his own medicine. Nade dropping deep, doing a significant chunk to his HP bar. He's still keeping the smoke.
Matty starts to progress. They're just hunting for a follow-up kill. Looking for a reason to pounce, and might be an opportunity. Davkos spotted. Utility rains on through, and he's flushed out. Swing was great, and Mini again! Again, it's Mini! From the balcony, he absolutely decimates them. A multi-kill machine on the A-bomb site, but look at this flank. Elian not ready at all.
And now you can go B. Despite Mini's heroics. Despite him yet again being the only player to get kills in this A setup. It now relies on him. He needs the full house. Potentially with the ace up his sleeve, needs to get past KDs, but tucked in. He's not peeking, and he's going to be overlooked shortly. It's going to be 14-14, all tied up. Mini not clearing.
A valiant effort, all things considered. Mini Mini again doing all the work. That's not enough. App's an issue.
I really like that. Just discipline from Twisted Minds, because as soon as they are dropping the utility on Elian, it restricts him and his information in Banana. But whilst they're doing that at the same time, where they've killed ISSAA and no one's re-aggressed from JiJieHao, they've just got all of that space for free. The timing of walking up short came at the exact point that Elian gets pushed off his angle at Banana.
That's cost one's info. Banana control early. Managed successfully to do so. Deep Smoke's gonna keep Realize at bay. As that rotates, starts to go over, they can lean heavily to A. Although Davkos has been left with no utility, so yeah, he's pulling back and just playing the jump peek angle.
Twisted Minds are resetting. They know that this is a play straight out of their wheelhouse. And the jump's been spotted as well. That kind of gives a good indication that he might just be the only player here. And they're taking the space rapidly. Davkos under a lot of pressure.
He can't do anything. There's no utility. Nothing to disrupt. No flames, no smoke, nothing but his M4, and it's enough for 2. And the spray from ISSAA through the smoke catches Deos. Realize does get the kill back, and almost an opportunity for another. It's 2v3 in the post plant. Oh, can be strong, but it has to do everything now. Realize has had a good game, but there's a late flank coming. And the pressure's been put on, a flashbang thrown out to bait in the peak. Elian plays Realize, and JiJieHao find map point.
Oh, what a round from Davkos as well. Just the fact he needs to find something there. He needs to buy as much time as possible. 1 would have been enough, but 2 is a real overperformance. ISSAA spamming, it's a bit unlucky for Vital because he gets caught up in the crossfire. And as a result, they know that he's close to that smoke. But ultimately, it's JiJieHao that prevail. It's Twisted Minds that now need to force a second overtime. Otherwise, Inferno will go the way of JiJieHao.
Use their one pause allocated to them in this OT. Just to lock it in. And it's crazy looking at these scoreboards. Twisted Minds, so consistent. Look at all the opening duels. They're winning them more than often than not. There's only, what, one player on JiJieHao that's coming out ahead in opening duels. And yet still, they're the ones that have found their way there just because of the multi-kills that are coming through, the clutch rounds that are coming through.
It really is the individual shining and taking the spotlight rather than it being shared with an overall team effort. That's what it feels like right now. It's the sum of many.
ISSAA still have more kills than the rest of their team combined.
It's actually ridiculous.
An insane performance from the two of them.
ISSAA being the unstoppable force and the immovable object for Twisted Minds. They somehow need to navigate it just for one more. And think about how heartbreaking kind of this loss would be as well. They were up really high on that T side. The first half was looking incredibly dominant. Twisted Minds definitely had the jump over JiJieHao. They were reading them. They were making some incredibly proactive plays and we're getting the best of them. It took the resilience. It took, again, a brilliant T side to square things up. And if you drop your map pick, you mentioned it kind of needed to be a 2-0 because we're unfamiliar with the territory of Overpass for Twisted Minds. Inferno felt like their best bet.
Map they were able to take off them in the close qualifier. And a map that could end up being one that keeps them up at night. See how this series plays out. JiJieHao again with the 3-player lean. Actually 4, just a bit of utility being dropped early. Giving the B defenders plenty to lock down this side of the map. Of course, don't want him to be in the same position he was last round where he had nothing but his M4 to defend himself with, despite the success he found.
Just early pressure, just being applied here by this T side. Smoke. Elian can't see a thing, so has to go trade for trade with the utility. Meanwhile, Matty taking space in the balcony. Will reconvene to Boiler. This T side found success, found a lot of opportunity up short, and they're looking to strive to do it again.
Ooh, wanting to test long. And it's a great setup. Elian with York only gets the leg shot, and ISSAA can't find the kill. Deos is the one that actually finishes the job. Deos is low, and it's got to be Mini again. So that's the creep forward. Everyone's rotating over. And he's found the kill and the information. Oh, not just information, a double. And now it's a 2-on-2.
Oh, they think it's clear. They think A's open. They think they've rotated, but they haven't. They're still here. And now it's up to realize. 30 seconds, resets on his bike. Down the streets of Inferno, all the way to B. And it has to be a clutch from the stand-in to force this second OT.
He's got the smoke for CT, so he can get that bomb down. A smoke goes down, and now you know that rotation has to come through.
Bomb has been planted.
Realize gonna be falling back into Banana, but the issue is Davkos has the smoke, so he's just sitting around it, looking to see if the peak comes through. And they're both on the other side of this smoke. They know if they stick together, the orb can only take down one at a time, and it's a missed shot. Davkos secures it. And despite it all, JiJieHao crawl back into this game and pull off a fantastic overtime comeback.
That was really well played from Mini. It's yet again being proactive, looking for the information. Twisted Minds, you see the idea kind of taking shape. If we can kill Mini right there and then, we can reset back towards A, because Mini would have deemed the information top mid clear. There's one player here just